Hi guys, this is part 3 of my 4-part Q&A and I will link the playlist up here so that you can check out parts 1 and 2. And let's just continue with the questions. Everything is there in the timestamps below in case you want to hop on to whatever you are interested in. And let's see. What is your GATE score, rank and marks? So my GATE rank is 1343, my GATE score is 639 and marks I think 53.33. What are the placement scenario after doing MS in cognitive science from IITK or D? Okay, so I get so many requests to make this video talking about placements and scope after cognitive science. So the thing is, I also want to make a video, but I don't really have a lot of data points right now and I don't want to make like a half-baked video. Like the problem is cognitive science is so new in India. I just don't know a lot of people who are working in the industry. Like for example, even my seniors, like the first batch from IIT Kanpur Masters is just graduating this year. Because of COVID, many people ended up taking like a gap year and because of that, everybody's graduation just got postponed. So to be honest, I don't really have a lot of information right now and I did not want to make like a half-baked video, but since so many people requested, I will cover it as much as possible in this video, like in brief. So firstly, understand that cognitive science is a scientific field. It is not an engineering field like mechanical or civil or computer science. And the main difference you can say is that science fields are more research oriented and engineering fields are more application oriented. Of course, there can be application in scientific fields and research in engineering fields also, but for the majority part it's the other way around. So because of that, many people from cognitive science, they actually end up in research. So they either become RAs or they go for their PhDs and then they do their postdoc, they join some universities as professors. So basically they become cognitive scientists. So when it comes to the research based jobs, there is scope. You can apply for PhD in India, abroad also there are many people working in cognitive science and the demand is just going to increase from here on because it's a new field and you can have like the early mover advantage, and that's what most of my seniors are doing. Like most of them are going for PhDs, very few are actually looking for jobs. Coming to the non-scientific jobs, I'll divide them in two parts. The first category is the profiles that come for placements in IIT Kanpur, so the in-campus placement profiles, and that includes software developers, so everything from AI, ML, cybersecurity, full stack, front and back end, everything. Then there are analyst roles, consultant roles, management roles, so that includes like project management, product management, all of that. Finance roles are also there to some extent. There are some digital marketing and all of the miscellaneous roles. So all of these are the profiles that come to the IIT Kanpur campus, and as a cognitive science student, you will be eligible to apply for some of them, but understand that none of these profiles are actually related to cognitive science. So for these profiles, you're not really using any of the skills that you have gained in your cognitive science ki degree, maybe a little bit, but not a lot. And the second thing is, if you're targeting any of these profiles, you are going to have to compete with the BTech students from IIT who have cracked JEE and come, and they usually have like pretty strong resumes because IIT में exposure बहुत मिलता है. You get a lot of opportunities, internship opportunities. You get to be members of like different clubs. So usually to get a job for any of these profiles, your resume has to be really strong and your skill set has to be really good also. Don't just assume कि just because IIT में selection हो गया है तो फिर campus placements में हो ही जाएगा. That does not happen. The competition is really high here also. And on top of that, many times the recruiters, they don't even know कि cognitive science क्या है, because it is so new, right? Like people have to literally explain ki this is cognitive science, and in spite of that, they don't understand what is this neuroscience and psychology with computers. It just seems like really weird to them. And even if they know ki cognitive science kya hota hai, there are chances that they might not know ki IIT Kanpur has a cognitive science department. Like I've literally heard of a couple situations jahan pe cognitive science relevant profiles have come for the in-campus placements, but that company did not know ki aisa bhi koi branch hai, and that's why that profile was not even open for cognitive science students. Like people could not even apply or give interviews, and yeah, it just sucks right now because cognitive science is, I think, the newest department, and new departments always have to face certain problems. Eventually things will get better. Like, it will get better as the years go on. 2 or 3 years down the line, the scenario will be much better, I hope, and more cognitive science relevant profiles should start coming to the campus placements. Abhi ke liye, none of these profiles really, to be honest, are cognitive science relevant. And if you're targeting any one of these profiles and you're thinking ki should I take admission to the master's program at IIT Kanpur, I would recommend not to, because it is much better to work on your skill set for 2 years rather than doing a degree which you're not going to use and which, to be honest, you might not even be interested in. So the second category of jobs are the profiles that are actually relevant to a person who has graduated in cognitive science. So some of them, they do actually come for the campus placements, but abhi the number is like really small. As I said, over years it will get better, but it will obviously take time. So that includes UX researcher, data scientist, decision scientist, behavior analyst, market researcher. There are some jobs in advertising also. There is this thing called as neuromarketing, which has just started in India. Like, there is not a lot of scope in India right now, but internationally there are some great things going on over there. Then there are jobs in HCI, that is human computer interaction. There are jobs in BCI, which is brain computer interaction, which is related to what Elon Musk is doing with Neuralink. So all of these profiles are there, and most of them, they sound like really exciting, but they are very rare and very hard to come by. So again, you need to have like good resume, good projects, and you will need to apply for all of these jobs off campus. So what I will do is I will link some of the profiles of some people working on all of these areas in the description below, their LinkedIn profiles, so you can get an idea about what kind of work they are doing, what kind of background do they have, and if you want, you can directly contact them and talk to them. So I hope that gives all of you some clarity about the situation for the placement and scope in cognitive science. And the placement scenario is not very, very, very good right now. It will eventually get better, but I will recommend that if your first priority is placements, just be clear about your objective. Like, I don't mind you joining the program, but I've already given like my personal preference. I would rather work on my skills if I want to do like a non-cognitive sciencey job. And I also get a lot of questions asking me about my future plans, like what do I plan on doing after graduating. Personally, I have no idea. I love cognitive science as a field, but I don't want to do a PhD at least immediately after. I might do it like 10 years down the line. So most probably I will end up either taking a job or some sort of freelancing or starting something of my own. I'm not sure at this point. I'm just going like one step at a time, and I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I was wondering if you live at IITK campus. If I had a rupee for every time somebody asked me this question in the comments, I will have like 100 rupees. So no, I'm not living on campus. This is my home. The campus is closed. It had opened for some time beech mein, where they were calling like some people, but the second wave hit and everybody was sent home in like a week or so. So that was like really sad. I hope that I'll be able to go to the campus since next semester, but can't say anything given the state of the world. How do you stay motivated, like with online classes and everything? It has become so hectic. I love you so much. Love, Vidisha. Oh my god, I love you too, Vidisha. Thank you so much for writing this. And who says I am motivated? Do you not watch my videos? I wrote 5,000 words in a single day. Does that sound like someone who is motivated to you? Listen, we are all in the same boat. Nobody's motivated right now. It's totally fine. So just don't be so hard on yourself, and in case you are a JEE or a NEET aspirant, well, you have to study. You don't have an option. I'm sorry for you. So there are a few things that you can do. By motivation, I'm assuming you mean like study motivation. So just tell yourself, okay, I'm just going to sit and study for 10 minutes. That's it. Just 10 minutes. And uske baad, I promise you, more often than not, like 90% of the times, you will feel like continuing to study, because there's this mental block in our head ki nahi padna. So sitting for studying is the difficult part, but once you start studying it, continuing studying is more easy. Another thing you can try is Anime Doro, where you're studying for like an hour and then you watch one episode of an anime. You can replace the anime with anything. It can be a sitcom of your choice or like 20 minutes of a movie or something. Just try to keep doing something or the other every day. Work for like 2 hours, 3 hours at least. You can do study sessions with your friends. There is this site where you can study with other people on Zoom. I will link it down in the description if I find it. But that way we can just feel like we are doing group sessions. So if anybody wants that, that is also an option. Apart from that, try having accountability partners, like stay in touch with your friends. Firstly, that is very important because all of us are cooped up at home, right? So it is very difficult for us to feel human if we are not in company of other human beings, and especially people around our age, like who are experiencing the same things that we are. So talk to your friends. Doesn't have to be just about studies. Talk to your friends about anything. Play games, like play online games and stuff. Have weekly sessions where you can just hang out, and if possible, try to find 1 or 2 friends that you can use as accountability partners. Just check in with them कि आज मैंने इतना पढ़ा है, आज मैंने उतना पढ़ा है. I have like many of those. It does not always work out, but at least you're doing something, right? You're not coming to us still. Even I have a couple of friends that I use as accountability buddies. We just keep each other in check कि कितना पढ़ा, कितनी assignments किए, कितने research papers पढ़े. I have another friend who I use as my workout accountability partner. So we just ask each other every day, did you work out today? Did you work out today? That is our only conversation that we have during that day. So try doing that. And also I'm on Clubhouse, so in case anybody wants me to host real-time study sessions where all of us can just come online and study together, that is also possible. And as I said, don't be so hard on yourself. I understand, especially if you're a JEE or a NEET aspirant, you don't really have an option. You have to study. Try to use these hacks and take it one step at a time. Don't be like, aaj 0 ghante pada and kal I'll be studying like 10 hours. That's not going to happen, right? So go step by step. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself because you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. And yeah, I hope that helped.